beach, which is extremely suiting for today's topic. I got the nudge from God that I really need to shift my channel. I started with the topic of fear for a purpose. I know that I was vibrating out of the frequency of fear, and I know a lot of people who are vibrating out of the frequency of fear. But God is asking me to switch my focus, to shift gears into and out of, okay, so out of the frequency of fear and into higher vibrational states. So I'm going to be shifting my focus more onto energetic frequencies and masculine and feminine energies within our body, which is really suiting for how I am at the beach today, because I really want to focus on my girlies. I really want to focus on the women that watch my channel, because it is predominantly women. So as women, my goodness, we are so powerful. And sitting at the beach, being near the water is like feminine energy. So feminine energy is fluid, it is moving, it is flowing, it is so many different things all at the same time. It can be soft and calm like a lake. It can be chaotic and powerful like a tsunami. It can be cold as ice. It can be hot like tea. Feminine energy is the emotional spectrum of the human experience. Feminine energy is not afraid of emotions. She is deep, and that is beautiful and wonderful and marvelous, but we need to have balance. So we need to have masculine energy, and every single person has both. But in my personal beliefs, I believe that the gender that you were born with in this world, and I am not looking to trigger anybody by using masculine and feminine, but I was born as a female, and I am so honored to be a female in this lifetime. I think it is such a beautiful gift, and tapping into my feminine energy because I'm a female is so much more easier for me, as well as I believe that feminine energy is predominantly what I carry because I am a female. So if you are a man in this lifetime, you are more dominant in your masculine energy. If you are a female, you're more dominant in your feminine energy. Now, this is not saying that that is a good thing, because there is toxic masculinity, wounded masculinity, toxic femininity, and wounded femininity, and then there is divine masculine energy and divine feminine energy. And the way that our evolution is on this planet at this time is we are raising our consciousness levels and we are raising our vibration. So as we do these things, our old programming of the toxic and wounded behaviors need to leave. They cannot stay. They are not welcome. They will not work in the new paradigm, in the new earth. They have to be shed. And that is what moves us up the scale into our divinity, into our rightful place on this earth, onto our throne. So I am a divine feminine in training. I may not be one yet because I still act out of old programming. I still don't sit fully in my divinity. I don't recognize and honor all of my feminine beauty, all of my feminine qualities, and I don't always act out of my healthy masculine either. So I want to shift my channel into focusing and leading by example on how to do this, on how to get into that divine state, on how to get into balance, into union, into that divine union. And that is what we all want in our core, is divine union. We want to feel complete and whole on our own, and we want to feel complete and whole in a relationship with another person. And the only way to do this is by balancing yourself first. So I know for myself, I struggle a lot with my energies, and I think I have ants crawling on my butt. And I think for me, this comes a lot from ancestral trauma and from childhood as well. So doing the healing work, if you are not doing it now is the time to start, because you are gonna hit so much flippin' friction heading into time, heading into linear time as we know it, moving forward on this ascension scale, because the energies of this planet are changing, the energies of the people are changing. So if you are not changing and shifting and adapting and rising with the rest of the collective, you are going to feel awful. You're going to feel super chaotic in your body. All of those trapped emotions and stuck things and lower vibrational energies that you are holding on to, they're going to be rubbing really hard against that new earth that we are moving into. So doing that healing work, doing your shadow work, becoming aware of your shadow, embracing your dark masculinity or your dark femininity, all of those things are really going to help you shift and change. So we are moving on up. We are dropping the narrative of fear, because I know that fear is a very real thing, and I know because I've operated out of it for a long time in my life. But I also know that there is no way for me to remain in fear and rise up at the same time. So I am going to start leading and being in the energy that I want to embody and dropping that fear narrative. I'm going to be remembering that I am divine. I can trust myself. I do trust myself. I am in divine union. I know that I can trust my inner masculine. I know that I can trust my inner feminine. And I know that when I am moving forward, that trust that I am building with myself, back with myself, because I had it and I lost it, I know that I can get back there. I know that I can make it stronger so that I stop losing it, so I don't have to go backwards, so I can stop lowering my frequency and I can just remain high. And this is something that's really hard to do, especially entering relationships for me, because I know what it's like to be in that low vibration, and I want to help people rise out of that vibration. But the only person that I am in control of is myself. And I cannot force anyone to rise and become their fullest potential. They have to recognize that within themselves, and they have to make that choice. And that's all that life is choices. And that's why I am choosing to remove myself from the narrative of fear. I don't have to do it scared. I have to do it divine. And that is going to shift so many things in my external reality, because I am honoring and recognizing that divinity within myself. So what this is going to look like going forward for me is really pulling my conscious awareness into every single day, every single moment of every single day, and honoring my body. My body is speaking to me, and I need to recognize that, I need to honor that, and I need to move forward knowing that my body is not this annoying thing that causes me problems. It is speaking to me in order for me to move forward, in order for me to move up. What that is going to look like, the feminine without the structure of the masculine is all over the place. We need both energies. That's why we need to balance. That's why we need to have that healthy masculinity and healthy femininity, regardless of our gender. So for me, I used to be predominantly in my wounded, toxic, masculine energy. And I was like a workaholic. I worked so much. I was always picking up extra shifts. I was always picking up an extra job. I worked extremely hard. I was always chasing money. I was always chasing men and women, feminines. Empress, get on your throne. You as a lady do not chase. The Empress is the most flippin' magnetic in the tarot deck. The Empress calls in, draws in by frequency alone every single thing that she wants, because she is radiating and vibrating at such a high frequency. She doesn't need to go out and chase anything. She knows what she desires. She knows what she wants, and she calls that into her. And so being in your feminine energy means that you are not chasing things, which I was chasing everything as my wounded masculine. I was also chasing like the perfect body, chasing that super hard. So I was super obsessed with my egoic shell. I was super obsessed with my looks. I was always making sure that I was working 4 hours a day working out in a gym. I was eating peanuts but not because I had too much fat in them. I was so strict with my diet. I was so strict in the gym. There was no balance in that. So the masculine container is secure. It is, it has discipline, it has structure. But the feminine is free flowing. She is movement. She is going with the flow. She is not strict or rigid. And when you have an imbalance in one or the other, it doesn't work. You can't be loosey-goosey all the time and have absolutely no discipline or structure in your life. And you cannot be too strict and have no flow. So when I was operating out of this energy, I had no room for flow. And I was pushing myself in the gym beyond exhaustion. I was not fueling my body properly, so I had no energy inside of myself. I was just pushing and pushing and pushing, and I had no refilling of my cup. So I needed to learn the balance of, I have a feminine body, which means my workout schedule cannot be structured to the masculine form, because I am not. I do not operate out of the 24-hour hormonal masculine cycle. I am a feminine. I have a 28-day cycle, and 7 of those days I am bleeding. I am bleeding, and I need to have rest. And so incorporating rest and gentle movement has transformed my body and the way that I see my body. I love being more soft. I love being fit and curvy. I don't need to be hard. So learning about who I am in this lifetime, who I was born into this earth realm. I'm a feminine, I'm a female, and I'm so proud to be that. I think it is seriously such an honor and such a gift. Females are so beautiful. Like, every single person knows that the feminine body is absolutely gorgeous. And it does not matter what you look like, it matters the energy that you are exuding. So if you are confident, you could be 300 pounds and confident, and that is beautiful. You could have crooked teeth, but you're confident in who you are, and people are not gonna see the teeth, they see the confidence. So raising your energy, raising that vibration is really gonna help you step into that confidence, and that is a masculine trait. Confident men, that is a masculine trait. So we need to have the balance of both. And I am going to start having that discipline, knowing I need to move my body, knowing I need to eat well and fuel myself properly, knowing that I need to eat high vibrational foods. I don't need to be eating chips, but having that feminine, soft flow of, if my body is craving a cookie, I am gonna eat that. There is no shame, because shame, we're leaving that in the old paradigm. It is not coming with us. So knowing that having these things once in a while is good, it is pleasurable, and that feminine is sensual. She is tuned in, tapped into her sensuality, to her pleasure, to creativity, to feeling good inside of her body. So if that cookie is gonna make you feel good, and you're savoring it, and you're loving the taste and that flavor and the way it feels inside your belly and inside your body, that is beautiful, and that is feminine, and that is divine. So knowing when to have that structure and when to have that play and free-flowing schedule is really important. So I'm going to be paying a lot more attention to the food that I am consuming, and if I am consuming something that does not feel good in my body, I'm going to listen and I am going to stop. And before I start cooking, I'm going to be asking myself, what do you feel like in this moment? Sometimes, honestly, you guys, I crave salad. I crave like a cold crisp salad. Hold on. And I love eating like cold foods, but this, in the feminine cycle and the feminine structure, cold foods are not good a week prior to your period and during your period. You need that warmth to allow the flow of fluids that are going to be leaving your body. So tuning in and really tapping in to who I am and all of these energies that are making up who I am, and learning to leave the toxicity behind me. So I know that doing this, there is fear present, you guys. I am not gonna lie to you, because I know when you start stepping into your divinity, your entire world is gonna change. My entire world is going to change. But I want this. I want this so deeply, because I have been stuck in a fucking rut for a long time. And I know it's because I am avoiding my divinity. femininity. I am avoiding stepping into my power. And women, you are so powerful. And this is the difference between men and women on this planet. Women, we are so connected to the divine. We literally are the bridge, the portal between heaven and earth. Our bodies are that portal. We pull a soul from heaven and we push it out into this realm as a human being. Do you know how cool and powerful that is? I have chills all over my body. So honoring your femininity, this is such a gift. It's so beautiful. And knowing that you are so powerful and we are so connected to God, we are so intuitive, we have that beautiful connection to the divine. We are in our upper chakras most of the time, and that is beautiful, but we also need to balance our masculine energy so that we can ground all of these manifestations and everything that we want, all of our desires, into this physical reality. And men in this reality, men who are born as men, they are so tied to the earth. They are so connected. They are usually better at working. They are better at providing. They are better at being that disciplined structure, the safety and security, that container. And this does not mean that women do not do that as well. So sometimes we're just operating at the opposite energy, and that can be okay if that energy feels good to you. For me, I flippin' love being a feminine. I love being in my feminine energy where I'm just like going with the flow, I'm relaxing, I'm playing, I'm in pleasure, I'm meditating, I'm connecting to God. I feel so good in that way. So knowing yourself and what energy you feel better. My camera died. So knowing yourself, knowing what energy that your body feels better in and best in is imperative. And in this ascension process, as we are raising our vibration, as we are moving into a new earth, as we are becoming more conscious and more aware, this process is being led by the feminines. And this is because we are so much more connected to the divine. That does not mean that men do not have this ability. That is the balance that we are trying to pull in. However, as women, it is our gift. We are so intuitive, we are so divine, we are so connected. And this means that the men, these poor men down here on earth, are really struggling in this ascension process because they are not understanding, they don't have that connection with God. They are more logical thinkers than they are intuitive thinkers. They are basing everything off off science and off what they can see. And women, we believe in the unseen. It is so much more easy for us to connect to that, and men are having a hard time. So I really want to focus on my girlies, like I said, because you are so important. Your energy is so important, and as you can see, especially in dating dynamics, the energies are super imbalanced. And this is because of the wounds that we are holding. And as women decide to raise their consciousness level, to raise their vibration, it gives men no other choice but to follow suit. So I really want to empower women to get back onto their throne. And this is going to pull those masculines out of Joker energy and into king, into those kings that we want them to be, who we need them to be, who this world needs. We need that king energy. We can't go on in this wounded, toxic Joker boy mentality. We need to raise ourselves up. And girls are no better. No better. This is not to shame, because I was in this energy too. I played games, I was not on my throne, I was not in my power, and I still struggle with this. So I want to be the example. I want to be your big sister. I want to be able to help, well, big little sister because I'm teeny. I want to be able to help you remember who the fuck you are. And your power here on earth is so great. So when you raise yourself, you are raising your sisters, you are raising your mothers, you are raising your children, and you are raising the men. And not in the mother-son dynamic that so many of us are used to. We are raising them because they have no choice. If they want to be with you, they have to become a king. And I have goosebumps everywhere. They have to become a king. They cannot remain in the energy that they are and get access to you. We have cut them off. You do not get access to me if you cannot rise into your king and provide that kingdom for me. So this is divine union. This is what we want. This is what will only work in the new earth that we are moving into. So I'm really super flippin' stoked to start this series because I am so passionate about it, and that passion, that fire in my soul is alignment, that is soul purpose, that is God-led. And I really want to call this series, this group, this collective, this community, the Daughters. We are the daughters of a king, and don't you forget it. And not just a king, we are the daughters of the king, of God. God is the most beautiful energy that is both masculine and feminine, and he will show you, she will show you who you are meant to be in this life if you tap in and tune in. So daughters, queens, my little princesses, rise up. Put your crown back on and remember who you are. This is so important moving forward. You are so important moving forward. And if your life is not reflecting what you want to see, magnetize. Magnetize, magnetize, magnetize. Remember your power. Remember what happens when you tap into your intuition. Remember what happens when you tap into your sensuality, into your play, into your creativity, into your pleasure. Remember what happens. Your life will change. You create worlds, women. So this is going to be a beautiful process, and as we start doing this, we are going to have our inner masculines come online and start leading us, taking that action, making those aligned steps in order to pull to us exactly what we desire. When we are in the kitchen and we are craving, you know what, I really want pancakes. I could really, really go for some pancakes right now. Our inner masculine says, okay baby, pancakes is what you want, I'm gonna make you pancakes. And that inner masculine starts taking the action. It starts grabbing the flour, it starts grabbing the eggs, it starts mixing everything together. And our feminine is doing this beautiful dance with that masculine energy, being like, more, more. I love when you lead me. I love when you take action. I love when you make my desires come true. And this, like, strokes the masculine. It makes that masculine feel so proud of the work that he is doing. Masculines crave to be in service to you, women. So if you are with a man who does not take care of you in this way, he is not operating out of his divine masculinity. And the only way that you can call in that divine masculine is by operating in your divine femininity. So we're gonna learn how to do this on this channel. We're gonna go through all of these steps together. I'm probably gonna start vlogging, and I'm super excited that you're here with me. I'm creating a program right now for all of you ladies so that we can learn about this energy and we can really tune in, tap in, and turn ourselves on, get into that life force energy, our sexual, sensual energy, and start creating the life that we want to live. So thank you for being here. I love you so much and I'm so excited. So stay tuned. We're gonna get really deep and really into it.